Yeah.
All right, Holly, or no, Bob and Rick, you guys want to gather up any written questions? We're going to read these written questions, and they must pertain to the language in the draft. Okay, the first question we have here is, how will the 60,000 yard limit be enforced? And the only answer I have for you is enforcement is in the hands of the zoning administrator and the county commissioners. Those are the two bodies with enforcement powers. They're going to have to deal with that. And the last part of that question, if there are no frac sand mines now, how will becoming frac sand? How will banning frac sand hurt current mines? It's the definition that the study committee wrestled with for 3 years. That's the problem. Here's the next question. You got a problem with that, Mike?
Yeah.
You be quiet, or you're going to get escorted. That's your work right now.
But you asked me a question.
No, I asked you. Yeah, but I'm sorry that I asked you. I'm sorry I pointed at you. But the rules are the rules. The rules of play. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Why? Okay, let me read this. Okay, this question says, why was the IUP requirement, the interim use permit requirement, changed to CUP, even on new mines? What makes sand mining an industrial use? Is it in the volume that, other than the construction or ag use? If it's in the volume, okay, I'm not sure. But again, the reason we went to CUPs over IUPs for new mines is because the investment requirement up front. We felt that if somebody was willing to go through that amount of effort and put that much money up, he should have something that he could transfer and then not expire when he expires.
To let these people just ask their question?
No, this is the procedure. I'm going through it. Yeah, I have a hard time reading them, but we're going to read them. A lot of these are very, very lengthy. They're not just a question pertaining to the language. And that was the rule. This is a statement, it's not a question. This is a statement, not a question. Okay. Okay, this question regards mines that were grandfathered in. Mines that were grandfathered in before zoning are called non-conforming mines. These non-conforming mines, so does this current mine, is this for new mines? Okay, in the non-conforming section, we said exactly what applies to the non-conforming mines. So now this will be new regulations for non-conforming mines. And there's 4 of them there. There's size, you can't have more than 20 acres open at a time. There's volume limit. You can't mine more than 60,000 yards per year if it's sand. If it's aggregate, there's no limit on that. There's a density requirement. These mines can't be more than a mile apart. If they're closer than a mile apart right now, they can't expand closer to each other. They got to expand away. And they also, they're going to have to register, and they're going to have to submit a reclamation plan. Now that's required. Now those are new requirements for the grandfathered in, the non-conforming, whatever you want to call them. But that's less than what was originally proposed. But those are 4 new requirements for those non-conformers, or as this question wrote, it calls them grandfathered in. Well, they are. That's another term for it. They were in operation prior to zoning. But the state gives the county authority to impose conditions. Well, is conditions the right word, Bob? Regulations. Yeah, regulations on these non-existing, on these non-conforming mines, and that's what we've done.
I think on some of the existing mines that were out there that were registered in '72, and that a lot of the things that were put on them were not followed up on.
Right.
Now I just got to straighten this out.
Okay, this question deals with the definition of industrial minerals. Does the change in the definition allow for mining frac sand in small mines that remove less than 60,000 yards per year? We're saying the end use, as long as you stay under 60,000 yards, you can do what you want with your sand. This question is, how many truckloads is 60,000 yards? It is, I think we figured it out, it is 20 truckloads a day for 240 days a year. Is that close? Is that what it was? Yeah, I think you're looking at 20. If you figure 15 yards per truck, you're looking at, if they haul 240 days a year, that could be as much as 20 truckloads a day. Okay, this question, did the county determine how many mines are possible after considering distances between mines, setbacks, and overlays? Well, I tell you, we look long and hard at the overlay maps. When you overlay the setbacks in the county, we're saying that these new mines can't be within a half mile of a trout stream or an MPCA Class 2 waterway. They got to be a quarter mile away from a residence. They got to be, those are the two main setbacks. Feedlots, they got to be back away from seed lot, and so forth. When we looked at that overlay and looked also then the DNRs coming in if it's within a mile of a trout stream. Now it doesn't mean they can't mine there, but they'll have to go through the DNR.